this life, let me live, breathing in the air of your fire, undefined soul's desire. You don't even know what you did. Now I'm on fire, fire, burning, burning out of control, taking me higher, higher, a feeling I can't hold on my own. I'm falling high over you, with you, turning me inside out my life. No rules, I wanna fly, my heart to the moon, cross the sky, where I cannot lose.
Well, hello and welcome to My Psychic Connection. I'm Innerji The Metaphysical Crone, and I am going to be here with you for the next hour, doing readings, playing games, and so much more. So come on in and say hello. Let me know you're here. Let me know where you're from, because we are worldwide. And Gemma's here. Hi, and Gemma says hello. Hello, beautiful Gemma. Lorianne goes, hi, Innerji. Hi, Lorianne. Lovely to see you. And Chiara's here. Energy with exclamation points. Yes, my energy is high tonight, so look out, people. It is lovely to see you here. And if you're new, particularly if it's your first time here, please come on in and say hello, and a special welcome if you are new. Now, I just want to go over some of the house rules before we get started. So, of course, I will be doing the 2-minute free readings as per usual. And, of course, with the free readings, when that bell goes, I need to stop. Even if I'm mid-sentence, I need to stop. However, if you would like to dive into a longer and deeper reading, that is where you can donate. You have a choice of donations. There is the quick read, which is timed, but it is longer than the 2-minute read, quite a bit longer, by the way. And then we have the untimed readings. They go for as long as they take for me to provide the information to you based on your question. So you have a choice of the mini, the medium, and the mega. Now with the mega is fabulous. If you've got a lot going on in your life at the moment in lots of different areas, with the mega reading, you can ask up to 4 separate questions. So I encourage you tonight, make a donation, because when you make a donation, we also pay it forward here at My Psychic Connection. We pay it forward this month to the Salvation Army Turkey Drive, helping people who are having difficulty with finances, going through a hard time, enjoy a wonderful Thanksgiving dinner. Such a worthwhile cause, and something that really can help people at that grassroots level. Also too, I just want to remind you, if you would like a general reading, then go to the website mypsychicconnection.com. We have a wonderful range of readers there who will be able to answer a general question. Also too, with the website, if you sign up, the first time when you sign up, you will receive the first 3 minutes of your reading free. A lot of information can be given out in 3 minutes, as you know if you've been watching the show. So, other things that are happening tonight, we've got the emoji game. It's starting right now. Now, if you're new and not played it before, all you have to do is put into the chat on YouTube, Facebook, any platform that you're on that has a chat facility, put in emojis. Key in my favorite emojis, kangaroos, because I live in Australia. I love blue hearts. I love the ocean because I live by the beach. But I would love to see your favorite emojis as well. And of course, the person who puts in the most emojis will win a special divination reading from me later on the show. So start keying it in now. Make it a real competition. Really push each other to put in a ton of emojis. Would love to see that. The other game that I have tonight is, of course, the Colours of Life game, because I adore colours, and colours are frequency and vibration. They have meaning. So a little bit more about the Colours of Life game a little bit later. The other thing I want to talk about tonight is Crone's contemplation. Now, with Crone's contemplation tonight, I'm using a different deck. This is an Aboriginal deck that was created. And tonight is about choices. And the contemplation for tonight is the choice between taking responsibility and being unreliable. We're very quick to jump on when we feel other people are reliable or when we can trust other people to have responsibility, but we're not so quick when we look back at ourselves. And tonight we're going to talk about responsibility and unreliability from our own perspective and from the perspective of others. So I would love to hear what you think. What do you think it means to be unreliable? Let's start with that. I would love your views on that as we go through the show. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk about before we jump in is general readings. As I said, general readings, you go to the website. So when you're asking a question tonight, I'm asking you to give me a very specific question. So, for example, a general reading would be, what's coming up for me next month? Or what does love look like? They're very general. Whereas a specific question might say, I'm going for a job interview in the next 2 weeks. I'd like to get a feel for how that interview might go. So that's just an example. So please, please, please make your questions very, very specific. So are you ready? Are you excited? Because I know I am. So let's get going. And Lorianne says, love your energy. That's a tongue twister in itself, Lorianne. Thank you so much. Emma Rose is here. Hello, Energy, says Emma Rose. Well, hello right back at you. This is great. Lovely to see everyone who is here tonight. So let's get started. What have we got first? Okay, it's the lightning round. Now, if you've never played the lightning round before, here is how it works. You can only ask yes or no questions. So start keying in right now. We've got about 3 minutes. Now, the wonderful thing about the lightning round is you can ask as many questions as you want. So the faster you type in those questions, there's more chance that you might get more than one answer. So start keying them in now. Remember, I can only answer yes, I can answer no, and I can also answer undetermined, because sometimes the full story isn't a direct yes or no when it comes to your answers. So start keying them in now. Can't wait for you to challenge me, because as you might have discovered, I'm chatty. I've got my moon in Gemini. I love to chat. And so just saying yes, no, or undetermined is like, it's like ripping my tongue out sometimes. So let's start with those questions. And while we're waiting, and here we go, Gemma is saying, will my son stay with me for the weekend? Let's have a look. Yes. Gemma, will I see the ballet? Oh my gosh, I love ballet. I'm with you on that one, Gemma. And I've got a no for that one. Gemma, will I make all of my 3 appointments next week? I tell you what, Gemma, you've been keying in quickly. I love it. No. Laurie Ann, will we get a good, honest, reliable plumber to fix our issue? Great specific question. Oh, no. Sunflower. Oh, I love your photo. Is my son going to find a job this month? Here we go. No. Rats. And Sunflower says, my daughter was let go today. Will she find a better paying job soon? Well, soon's a relative term, but let's have a look and see if she will find one. And what have we got? Undetermined. There's a story to that. Gemma, will I spend Christmas alone? Oh, no. Given, hello Given, welcome. And Given asks, will I win today on bets? Let's have a look. Yes. Laurie Ann, will we live with my mother-in-law? Will we live with my mother-in-law? Let's have a look. Will you live with your mother-in-law? Oh, undetermined. Gemma, will things for me improve next year? Yes, but. Jennifer Jennifer. Hello, Jennifer. Lovely to see you here. Will my music gain more fans? Oh, that's an interesting question. Let's have a look. Yes. Let's keep those questions. Nope, there's the bell. That was a great lightning round, as they say in all the game shows. Thank you for playing. All right, that was great. You know, the thing about yes or no's is that they can be turned around. When we're doing readings for you, yes, we're looking at the future for you. We're looking at what's out there, what's coming your way, but we still have a level of free will in how we manage that outcome, in how we deal with it, or how we can influence. So always keep that in mind when you're getting a reading. Now, how are we going? What do you think unreliability is to you? In what way? And Lorianne says, I am reliable as I do what I say I'll do. Unreliable people are unclear and non-committal in their declarations. Yes, that can be the case, can't it? You know, someone, and it's a pattern. It's a pattern. You know, if somebody says they'll do something and then they genuinely can't and they've got a valid reason, that's not them being unreliable. But if somebody just flippantly agrees to doing things and then goes, oh, no, I can't do it now, then yeah, that is unreliability. So how do you handle people who are unreliable? That's the next question I wanted to ask. So put your thoughts in the comments around that as well. But let's keep going. What have we got next, please? And we've got Hayley. Hello, Hayley. Lovely to see you tonight. And Hayley says, hi, how do you see Hundu feeling about me? He told me that I love you a week or so ago. He has been very busy and we haven't talked much about our future. So I don't know what he wants. We met online, not in person yet. So I'm going to use my relationship deck and see how Hundu feels about you. But gee, getting the I love you, that is an amazing step forward. That is a declaration of feelings. Okay, so moving forward with Hundu's feelings, I feel I've got the 10 of Swords. So I feel that, yes, I feel he's being honest when he says it, but there's still a lot of water under the bridge in his own life that needs to be sorted out with this 10 of Swords. I feel that the urge to be with you is there, but until you both physically meet, it's not solidified, I have to say. It is not solidified if it is an online romance. I feel that he is thinking about you a lot. I've got the 6 of Cups and thinking of you in a very, very positive way. I feel distance is getting in the way of this. However, moving forward, I feel with the 6 of Wands here, I feel that you can both overcome any challenges around this relationship. The love is truly there. But Hayley, you have to look at it from your point of view as well. Do you truly love Hundu? Think about that. Think about the commitment that you want to make to this person. And what I'm seeing moving forward is for it to move forward, you need to meet. I've got the 4 of Pentacles reversed here. When it's upright, there's some distance there. And I feel that you need to close the gap on that distance and physically meet if you want this to work long term. Let's add some T coins to that and see what other information I have. And we have the bell. Thank you so much for your question. And everyone, that is a fabulous example of a good specific question. There's a little bit of context, a little bit of background, as well as the question that Hayley wants to find out about. So I was able to dive deep. Long distance relationships can be hard. When we are only meeting people online, there is always a little bit of hesitancy and it takes time to open up. So if you're in a long distance relationship, or if you're in what I call an online relationship, really be aware of that. Really make sure that you're truly getting to know the person as well, but then taking that step towards meeting them, but only if you feel comfortable doing so. So how are we going with unreliability? What does it mean to you? Are you an unreliable person? Jennifer says, as far as unreliable people, I listen to them and understand they may not come through. So if they don't, I'm not put aside by it. Now that is a really balanced outlook. It really is. I have to admit, I do get a bit frustrated if someone is continuously unreliable. When someone's continuously unreliable, I come to the conclusion that they're not able to do what they say they will do, so I will no longer ask them to do things unless I'm in a position where I've got no choice. So it is really an interesting topic tonight. The other topic I want to bring in is the other half of this card. So one half is unreliability, the other half is responsibility. What does responsibility mean to you? Because we have the dictionary definition, but when we're living our lives, in what areas do we feel we need to be more responsible? And in what areas of our lives are maybe we taking on too much responsibility? Because everything is a spectrum. I would love to hear your thoughts on that as well. But let's keep going. What have we got next? Woohoo! And we have a donation from our beautiful Emma Rose. Emma Rose, thank you so much for donating. It means so much when we receive these donations because a portion of it will go to the Salvation Army Turkey Drive because we love to pay it forward here at My Psychic Connection. So Emma Rose asks, I'd love to know what's going to happen when Alan and I meet for the first time in person, because I don't want to overthink it, lol. Yes, my sweet, you are one who definitely overthinks. So what will this initial meeting with Alan look like when you meet physically as opposed to being online? We're in the same space, in the same room. Let's have a little look for you. So I'm going to have a look at the actual initial point of the meeting, then how that will go in terms of communication, and then we'll have a look at it further down the line. So let's see, when you first meet, oh, I can't wait to show you this card, Emma Rose. Oh, okay. The first part of the meeting, when you initially meet, it's going to be very exciting. I've got the Four of Wands. It's going to be happy. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be optimistic. It's going to be open. So I see this first meeting with Alan getting off to a good start. I feel for you, you're going to be your usual sparkly self. I've got the Nine of Cups here. So you are going to sparkle. Emma Rose says, you look and sound excited, lol. I am. The first two cards are fabulous for you, Emma Rose, let me tell you. So I feel like you're going to let your personality shine. You are so correct. Do not overthink this. And I will ask you not to read more into this first meeting than will actually be there. That's a little bit of a warning for you, because I have the Queen of Swords reversed. And I feel that your mind is going to go off in all different directions during this meeting. You're going to be flirty, which is really nice. But I feel that you need to bring out a little bit of the serious side of you as well. I don't feel that you need to say, you know, all your belief systems or anything like that, but I feel like you've got to get a balance between this feeling of being excited about finally meeting this person and oversharing. So be aware of that. Because you have a lot of Gemini energy, I am going to encourage you to listen just as much as you talk. Really important. I feel that you need to draw this person out. You need to draw Alan out. You need to give him space, because I feel his energy is a little bit slower than yours. And so you need to give him a little bit of time and space so that he can start to open up a little bit. I've also got the Ten of Swords here. And with this Ten of Swords, it all comes back to, oh, how can I put this? I'll just be blunt. Don't talk too much. Don't be too quiet, but don't talk too much either. Don't overwhelm him about who you are. Don't overwhelm him with too much information at once. Whilst you've been doing very well communicating online, I feel when it's face-to-face, it's a different kettle of fish, because when you're face-to-face with someone, you have voice tone, you have body language, and only 7% of our... And Emma Rose says, basically give and take and be myself. Give and take and be yourself. But my sweet, I'm calling you out on that. You do have a tendency to be over chatty with people. Let them get a word in. That's really important for you because there is potential here for something deeper. I'm going to add some key points to that and see what else I've got for you. Oh, I've got the camel. I feel there's really good potential with this potential relationship. I'm not calling it a relationship yet, but I do feel this potential because I've got the camel there. But you've got to go step by step. Don't start in your imagination thinking about wedding plans and engagement rings and all that sort of thing. Don't jump ahead. Go step by step. Create the friendship. Create the heart connection. If you take it a little bit more slowly than you normally do and don't jump in with both feet, being totally vulnerable, here I am, here's all what I'm all about, some of that little bit of mystery gets lost. You need to take it slow, step by step. And Emma Rose says, yes, of course, I'm enjoying the ride. The other one I have is the anchor. And the anchor is saying you need to come from a stable perspective. You know, with that Gemini energy, you can go off on different tangents very, very quickly and very, very easily. So you need to stay focused. Don't change subjects too quickly. I have Moon in Gemini. I'm guilty of that myself. I'll be talking about one thing and the next second I'll be on something completely different and have totally bamboozled the person I'm talking to. So be aware, be very grounded with this person. That is what they need. The other one I have is the peacock. This is you. You're a beautiful, colorful peacock. So yes, allow yourself to shine, but do it a little bit. Oh, and we have the bell. Emma Rose, I do hope you found that to be helpful. Thank you for your great question, and I wish you well with this very, very special meeting that is coming up. And everyone, that is a great example of a donated reading, how it works. So the quick read does have a time limit on it, but as you can see, it goes for quite longer than the 2-minute readings. So if you would like to donate, you can do that right now by going into the chat. And Emma Rose says, yes, thank you lots. You are so welcome, Emma Rose. You can go into the chat, click on the donation link and key in your question in the chat. Now, whatever name you use for the donation link, make sure you use that same name for the question so we can marry the two together and get to your question as quickly as possible. And of course, donations are guaranteed, whereas the free readings are not. So if you would like a guaranteed reading this evening, make a donation. And of course, you will jump to the top of the queue as well with the donations. And of course, a portion of every donation goes to the Salvation Army Turkey Drive, a very, very worthwhile cause. Okay, now how are we going? And Cassidy the card sling is here. Hi, Cassidy. Happy new moon energy. Love your background. Yes, I did this background specifically for the new moon, and I will be talking about the new moon in Libra a little bit later in the show, letting you know a little bit of insight into it that might be helpful for you at this time. Now, how are you going with responsibility and unreliability? Do you consider yourself a responsible person? And Lorianne says, handling unreliable people is simple. Don't expect them to treat you with the same reverence and respect as you give them. Unreliable people show you what they are. Believe them by their actions. That is so true. And it does bring in another aspect, Lorianne. Thank you for saying that. It does bring in how we respect other people. Do we respect other people enough to follow through on our commitments? Because when we say we're going to do something, it is a commitment. So that is so true. And moving on to the responsibility side of our choice card tonight. What is responsibility to you? And how do you show responsibility in your life? And what responsibilities do you expect from others? Let's move this conversation forward a little and chat about that as we go through the show. But in the meantime, what have we got next? And Gemma says, I love your necklace. Thank you, Gemma. This is one of my favorites. It is beautiful labradorite, and you can see how it shimmers and shines in the light. This is known as the Stone of Magic. But let's keep moving. What have we got next? And we have another donation. Thank you so much for bringing in your donations this evening. And of course, as I mentioned before, a portion of this donation will also go to the Salvation Army Turkey Drive. And it comes from Gemma. Thank you for your donation, Gemma. And Gemma says, hi, Adam said tonight he finds my health and the negativity around it hard to deal with. I said he can walk away if it's affecting his mental health. Does he feel kind of trapped in this relationship? All right, another good, very specific question, Gemma. Thank you so much. So let's have a look at what's going here. Let's see what's going on. He is finding it hard. We don't need cards to put that out. He's definitely finding it hard. Let's see. You know, the thing is, Adam loves you. He really loves you. And he's trying to be not too judgy about it, but it is affecting him. Because he loves you, it's affecting him more. And this is time for you to step across a line. It really is. It's time for you to step across a line. Stepping across the line out of negativity, out of letting your health rule how you feel, rule what you think. It's time to stop your own judgments about yourself. I'm going to encourage you, I'm really going to encourage you, Gemma, to focus on what is positive in your life. That is where you need to focus your attention. That is where you need to focus your energy. Your fear is holding you back, and your fear is getting in the way of what is a beautiful relationship. Adam has been very patient with you, my dear, and this is your time. And Gemma says it's hard on both sides, as he has both physical and mental health issues too. Yes, you both too. But, you know, if you both keep focusing on what's wrong, on what's not working, you're never going to get that light in your eye that shows you what is working. So it's time to turn things around. If you want this relationship to work for the long term, it's now. It's now. You have a choice. You can decide. I know it's hard. I know it's difficult. And I know you both have your own issues to deal with. But you can turn this around. Otherwise, the distance will remain. You know, with this card, I've got the Five of Wands. I see you getting to loggerheads a little bit over this if it's not worked out. And I'm not saying you have to come up with an answer like that and suddenly it's all roses and springtime and beauty and light. It's a process that you're both working through. But what I'm seeing is that you're stepping backwards. You do 2 steps forward, 1 step back, and there is a bit of progress. But now is the time to really decide what you want. Do you want to be that person who's filled with fear all the time? Or do you want to be the person who says, and Gemma says, I said I'll stop emotional dumping on him all the time and bring a lot more fun into it. Yes, yes. You are putting your fears onto him. That's me being very blunt with you. And I understand that you need to talk about this. You need to get it out of your system. But there are other ways you can gain support. If you feel that you're not moving ahead in dealing with your anxiety, in dealing with the fears that you have, then you really need to look at counseling. If you've stopped having counseling, you need to go back. If you are having counseling, then you need to keep continuing. But it's true, you can't keep dumping on the one that you love all the time and not expect them to not get upset about it, to maybe not take it on board, especially as they have their own issues as well. I've got the 10 of Cups reversed, and this is showing that, yes, there is a crack in the relationship at the moment. You know, sometimes, this sounds awful to say, but sometimes love isn't enough. We can love someone, but the practicalities of dealing with a person can get in the way of that love. So I feel that you're coming to a crucial point. So be aware of that. But I do have some good news for you. Gemma, I've got the Ace of Swords here. It's about learning to communicate in different ways. For example, if you say, I'd like to go to the ballet, but I'm scared to go to the ballet, that's a negative. You're putting a negative energy onto something positive. Instead, change your thinking around, some new thinking that says, wow, I would love to go to the ballet. How can I make that happen in my small little steps moving forward, one step at a time? That's the mental change that needs to happen within your thinking. Let's add some T-coins to that, my dear, and see what else we have. I've got the cat. Cats like their comfort. And this is about you truly getting out of your comfort zone. Oh, wow, we got the bell. There was so much more I wanted to say about that for you, Gemma, but I do hope you found that to be helpful. I know that was a little bit of a harder reading for you perhaps to hear, but it is time. It is time. And this goes for anyone. This goes for everyone who is struggling at the moment. We can only do so much. And Gemma says, thank you so much. You are so welcome. You know, if you're struggling with your own fears, your own anxieties, there is only so much that others can do for you. The real change has to come within you. So if you're going through something difficult at the moment, instead of looking outside of yourself at what's going on, look inside of yourself and say, what could I do within me? Even though I might have this fear, I might have this anxiety, what could I do within myself to change my outlook around it? What small little steps could I take to start making change? Because when you start making little changes, over time, those changes become habits. They become more comfortable. They become easier to do. So I do hope you found that to be of help. And once again, Gemma, thank you so much for your donation. It is most appreciated. All right, let's keep moving on. What have we got next? And it's the Colors of Life game. Yay! I love this game. So how do you play? It's very simple. Before the show, I chose one of my color cards. That's the back of a color card. That's not the color. And all you have to do is guess or tune in, use your intuition, use it as a psychic abilities little practice session to see which color you think I've chosen. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about this color without naming it. So for the next 2 or 3 minutes, start keying in, guessing the color that you think I have chosen. Now, this is not one of the primary colors, so I will say that much to start with. This is a color of tranquility and calm. It's actually quite a feminine, soft color. It's a color that equates to springtime in some countries. Now, I know that one's a little bit left field for you, making it harder. The effects of this color is that it's calming but gently stimulating at the same time. Oh my gosh, Emma Rose, yes, the winning color is lavender. And of course, the frequency of the color lavender also has the same attributes and properties when you use lavender essential oil. So that's a nice little association. So congratulations, Emma Rose. You are tonight's Colors of Life winner. So I am going to do a reading for you. And because we have the new moon at the moment, I am going to use my Moonology manifestation cards and, of course, a color card. So let's see what your message is. And, of course, this is the only time I do a general reading, which is when we are playing games. So for a general reading, you can pop on over to mypsychicconnection.com and look at one of the wonderful readers there that can help you. Here we go, Emma Rose. Let's see what we've got. Okay. The first card I have, interestingly, and Emma Rose says, we have something called Lilac Festival where I live that happens every spring. So that's where the guess came from. Very good association, very good guess. Now, it's interesting. We have the new moon in Libra at the moment. And the very first card I have for you, Emma Rose, is new moon in Libra. And the message is know that you're loved. I feel that you feel very unloved and you're seeking love. You're seeking that validation that you are a lovable person. And you are. You need to start by loving yourself. That's the first message. The second message I have is another new moon card. This is the new moon in Scorpio. And so this is saying it's time to dive deeper into your emotions. It's also time with this new moon in Libra for you to dive deeper into what it is that you want from a relationship, what you want it to look like. What does it mean for you? What does it mean for you to be in a relationship? Is it something that's coming internally from your heart? Or is it something that you want to, how can I put this? Is it something that you feel that you need to complete you? I'll tell you a little secret, Emma Rose. You need to be complete within yourself. And then any relationship with others is wonderful because there isn't conditions attached to it. And Emma Rose says, looks like I have some manifestation work to do. You certainly do. Then the other card I have for you is the last quarter of the moon in Virgo. And this is saying, pay attention to the details. Pay attention to the details in your life. Don't always look big picture all the time. Sometimes the littlest of things can have the biggest impact, whether they be positive or negative. So be aware of that. And all new moons for you, except for that last quarter. We've got new moon in Sagittarius. So this is saying be positive. You already have a pretty positive outlook, but sitting under the surface of that outward positivity in that sort of kind of Scorpio, deep emotional energy, there is a lot of sadness, a lot of grief, a lot of hurt, and you keep pushing it down. I feel that you are working towards bringing it up, bringing it to the surface and dealing with it. But as it comes to the surface, don't allow yourself to wallow in it. Accept that this is the situation and accept what it is that you need to do about it. Let's add a color card to that to finish off this winning reading for you, Miss Emma Rose. And the color card is green. Yes, I feel you need to revitalize your nervous system. Emma Rose says, my moon is in Capricorn, so yeah, I suppress my emotions a lot. Well, it's not so much that you suppress them. You put up a brick wall that doesn't let other people see them, doesn't let other people see that you're vulnerable. So be aware of that. But with the green, you've got to take a look at your nervous energy. You've got to really get your nervous energy calmed down, that jittery, flighty energy. It's about calming that down a little bit at the moment, and that will help you stay grounded to handle all the different things that are coming your way. Congratulations on being tonight's Colours of Life winner. Well done. Wow, that is so much fun, and I hope you enjoyed this particular game as well. Now, the one thing I wanted to say about readings tonight is that make sure that you're listening to everyone's readings, watching everyone's readings. And Emma says, thank you lots. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. Because sometimes when we are reading for someone else, there could be something in that reading that you go, oh, that could pertain to me, or oh, that triggers something in me to think about. So remember, if I'm reading for a particular person, have a look at that reading and see if there's anything in it that might apply to you and that you can use in a helpful way for yourself as well. Let's keep moving on. What have we got next, please? Wow, lightning round number 2. As I always say, lightning does strike in the same place here at My Psychic Connection. So remember, it's yes, no questions. I can only answer with a yes, a no, or undetermined. Now, when we're looking at those yes, no questions, make sure that they are only yes, no questions. We don't want to have the who, what, where, why, and how. It's will this happen? Won't this happen? Will I get this? Won't I get this? And here we have with Gemma. Gemma asks, will I stop being so stubborn with Adam and soften again? Let's have a look. Undetermined. Scorpio. Hi, Scorpio. Oh, gosh, I love the picture of that cat. Will I get a job within the next month? A great specific question. Thank you. Yes. Emma Rose, will I have a good holiday season this year? Oh, yes, because it is coming up, isn't it, people? Oh, yes. I wish I could show you the card. Scorpio, will my vehicle last until the end of this year? Another great question. Oh, no. Jennifer. Hi, Jennifer. Will my music be a part of me being a healer? Oh, that's an interesting question. Yes. Crystal, hi, Crystal Rose. Lovely to see you. Crystal Rose asks, should I start the telephone lines job? Let's have a look for you. Yes. Gemma, will I look after my grandson today? Let's have a look. So I take it it's the day coming up because we're here at night, but you're in the UK, so it's different. I've got no. Jennifer D, will I receive the abundance I hope for? Will I receive the abundance I hope for? No. But Scorpio, will my son be thinking of me on his birthday this month? Let's have a look. Yes. Laurie Ann, will my husband have a better attitude when he returns home? Let's have a look, Laurie Ann. Yes. Big yes. Emma Rose, will I be forcing Alan to hang up Christmas lights for me in the cold when he comes to visit me eventually? There's lots of laughter there. Yes. Emily's here. Emily asks, should I trust my new friend? Let's have a look, Emily. Yes. Gemma, will I get my first tattoo next year? No. Emily, should I go to counseling? Let's have a look. Undetermined. Scorpio, do my two children have a close relationship with their father? Oh, let's see. Yes. Laurie Ann, will we stay in our house for many years? Let's have a look. No. Crystal Rose, does he love me? Let's see. Undetermined. And there we have it, another lightning round done. Oh gosh, for all of your questions, there is so much more that I wanted to say, that I wanted to talk about. Just a reminder that if you have found your reading to be helpful tonight, you can leave a review by going to journeyrhineLive.com/reviews. And there's a bonus. There is a bonus. If you leave a review, you will go into the draw to win a quick read here live on one of our shows in the coming month. You will go into the basket. So if you've already left a review and your name hasn't been drawn yet, don't worry, you're still in the basket. Your name will stay there until it's been drawn. So I encourage you to go and leave a review at journeyrhineLive.com/reviews and enter the competition. Emma Rose says, poor Alan is going to be yelling and cursing at the Christmas lights out in the cold. That's cruel. That's cruel. All right, let's keep moving on. What have we got next? Let's talk astrology. Yes, please. One of my favorite subjects. Now, as I mentioned earlier in the show, we have the new moon in Libra at the moment. So we also have a stellium. A stellium is 3 or more planets in the one sign. So at the moment, we have the sun, we have the moon, we have Mercury, and we also have the South Node. The South Node isn't a planet. It's a point in space where the orbit of the moon dissects the orbit of the sun. That's probably the easiest way to describe it. And it's all about what we bring in from the past. So if you believe in past lives, it could represent past lives. It could represent things that we bring in as we come into this life, or it can represent things from our own past. Now, these are all conjunct, which means they're all next to each other in the sky at the moment. And it's also an annular solar eclipse. Now, an annular solar eclipse is when the moon comes in front of the sun and all you see is a ring of fire of the sun around the outside. Eclipses bring stronger energy, and that energy is needed at the moment because the sun in Libra is not as strong as it normally would be. It's what they call in fall, so it's not a strong sun when it's in Libra. So what does all this mean? Well, the new moon is about setting new intentions on how you can bring new things into your life, how you can create new things, how you can manifest, planting those seeds. Now, with the sun, Mercury, and the moon being conjunct, there's a need here around new ideas, communication. With it all being in Libra, and Lorraine says, thanks for explaining the specific astrology terminology for us. I know it's a completely different language. That's why I try to avoid it, but some you can't avoid, like South Node. So what I see here with these 3 planets plus the South Node coming together in Libra, it's about searching for finding new ways to find balance and harmony in your life. Finding that balance in communication, because Libra isn't about communicating with the world at large. This is more about you and a significant other, you and another person who's close to you. Doesn't have to be a romantic relationship or a marriage, by the way. It can be any type of partnership, business, friend, etc. So when we have all these together with the South Node, it's about really thinking through things from the past that you're still holding on to, old ideas, old relationships that are still affecting you in the here and now. So with this particular new moon, as well as setting new intentions and bringing new things in around yourself and a significant other and how you communicate, it's also about letting go the things that are still hanging on, those cords that are pulling you back into the past in ways that don't work for you anymore. That is really, really important. And it's also about finding balance in your communication, because Libra, I know we think of Libra as romantic and soft. And as usual, I have run out of time. So I hope you found that new moon in Libra to be helpful. I was going to talk about oils and stuff, but when that bell goes, I'm zipping my lips. So I do hope you found that to be helpful. How is the new moon affecting you? How is the eclipse affecting you? Let me know in the chat. And how are we going with that idea of responsibility in our lives? I would love to know your thoughts on that as well as part of tonight's Crone's contemplation. And Lorianne says, yes, very pertinent to my life circumstances. Yeah, that's why I like to talk about astrology in general with people, because you can look at the energies that are around you, and depending on what's going on in your birth chart as well, you can see how you're personally affected, as well as the world as a whole when we're looking at more general stuff. So thank you for that. All right, let's keep going. What have we got next? And Jennifer has a question. Jennifer asks, I would like to know if my music will be a big part of me becoming a healer. Oh, this is a beautiful question, Jennifer. Let's have a look. So you are on the journey to being a healer, and you're also a musician. What a wonderful, wonderful combination. So let's have a look at what this journey might look like for you. Let's see. Oh, gosh. Oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh. I'm just saying oh gosh because this is so good. The first card I have, and I'm using the Dark Mansion Tarot for Halloween coming up in a few weeks. This is the Nine of Pentacles. I see that you actually have a lot of skill sets already in order to start doing this now. I know you say you're on the way, but I feel that in some form you are ready to start putting your toes in the water to actually do this. I also see you doing it in your own unique way. I don't see you copying what's out there already. I don't see you doing the standard things where music is, you know, you're healing and music's in the background. I don't see you doing like sort of sound bowls the way everybody else is doing them. I see you finding your own unique way. I actually see you using different instruments to what we would normally expect in a spiritual setting. I can see you using guitar. I can see you using all these different instruments, but I also see you using your voice. I see you toning and chanting. I feel that that is going to be one of the strongest things that you can bring in. And not a lot of people do that as part of their healing practice. I've also got the Fool, and I feel it's all open for you at the moment. I feel it's all open. It's an adventure. I feel that you don't have any restrictions. The only restriction that you'll have are the ones that you impose upon yourself. And Jennifer says, I'm very different in what I do. I use words as a way of healing in songs. Exactly. So that's where this toning comes in. It's almost like you can use your own music. And I'm so sorry we've run out of time. Keep me posted. I would love to know how that journey goes for you. And that goes for everyone. You know, keep me posted on how things are going after your readings and what's happening in your life once you've had a reading. It would be really interesting to see. All right. How are we going with those responsibilities? I like to take responsibility. I've got Capricorn rising. And Lorianne says, responsibility to me is being an adult, having to complete tasks in a timely manner. Yes. And she says, if I cannot fulfill my responsibility, I will provide alternatives or ideas to the person to whom I am responsible. Yeah, that's a great way to look at it. It truly is. I take my responsibilities very, very seriously as well. And Jennifer says, thank you so much. You are so welcome. Oh, gosh, this hour has been going so fast, hasn't it? But let's see what we've got next, please. And we're up to the emoji contest. My goodness, I'm speechless that we're here already. And the winner of tonight's emoji contest is Chiara. Congratulations. You put in the most emojis, and I'm sure it was a very, very close race. So what I have for you, Chiara, is a very, very special tea reading. So are you ready? Because I am ready to share what's in the cup with you right now. Teacup today for this particular reading, and as I look around the cup, this is really interesting. I'm really drawn first to the tea leaves that are in between the 9, the number 4, and the number 22. I feel that there's this strong urge to be this. It's a master number, the number of 22, and this is known as the master builder. It's a number of action. It's a number of higher level of common sense and a much more powerful number. And I feel like this is where you want to go. This is what you want to achieve. But first you need to come back to the core number of number 4, because 2 plus 2 is a 4. And we have some tea leaves here. I see a small bird here, and it's kind of hovering over the number 4. This is saying to me that at the moment you need to get much more practical. You have these dreams of what it is that you want to build, what actions you want to take on a grander scale, but it's saying you've got to come back to the nitty-gritty. You've got to come back to the initial plan and do it step by step. The leaves underneath the 4 say this is your foundation. Now we have a little leaf coming across towards the 9 here, and the number 9 is about completion. It's about bringing things to an end. So I feel that you've got to take a much more practical outlook at the moment in the things that you're doing. It's wonderful to have these strong ambitions in this master number of 22, but you need to bring it back down to a realistic and much more practical level. That way you will be able to find completion. Let's keep moving around the cup. And it's really interesting because on this side, I have quite a lot of leaves as well. And this time it's between the number 9. So we have a repeat of that number 9 energy and the master number of 33. Here in the middle, I have a bird flying towards the number 9, trying to reach what is over the number 9. And then I have another leaf that's kind of floating away from the number 33. Now, this is another master number. This is a number of compassion and guidance. It's a very inspirational and creative number. Now, what we need to do is get back to this number 9. Again, I see lots of ideas. I see lots of creativity. I see lots of wishing and hoping about wanting to achieve big things. But once again, we need to come back to the number 9. I feel that there are things going on in your life at the moment that you're not finishing off, that you're not completing. And that is getting in the way of opening up to this bigger dream, this bigger want and need with the numbers 22 and 33. Let's add a charm or two to that and see what we have. I've got the clock and I've got the sign of Sagittarius here. And that's saying to me that you need to give yourself time. I feel like you're trying to rush to the end before it's ready. Before you can start something new, you have to complete and make space for it to come in. This energy of Sagittarius is mutable fire, and I do see that your energy has been fluctuating around completing what is already on your plate. You're really wanting to move on to this next thing with the big idea, the big dream. But the key thing of this is you need to finish what you have started. That is so important. And with this new moon in Libra, it does give you that opportunity to kind of finish things off with that moon in the south node, and also then start looking at something new. But you need to give yourself time. Congratulations on being tonight's emoji winner. Oh, wow. Congratulations, Chiara. I do hope you found that reading to be of help. Thank you to everyone who's been here tonight. Can you believe it? We are at the end of another show. But there's something extra I want to do for you tonight. I've got this wonderful new deck. It is a very, very sweet bunny deck, little bunny rabbit, blue bunny rabbit. And I thought I might just draw a card for the collective to end the show tonight. So let's shuffle the deck and see what the message is that take from it what works for you. And oh gosh, we've got the card of family and belonging. And the message for you is that even if you feel you don't belong, you do belong. Because the one thing I want to say is that you always have a family here at My Psychic Connection. You belong here, just as I belong here, just as all the other readers belong here, and the wonderful Journey Ryan, who is the foundation of it all. And Chiara says, I can't go to the big dreams. And she's laughing and she says, thank you. Chiara, you are so welcome. So know that you belong. You belong to yourself. If you feel like you're a misfit or out on a limb and feel that you don't belong there, know that you belong in your own heart. Know that you belong because of your beliefs, because of your outlook. And on the back of this card, there's a beautiful little affirmation that I'd like to finish with. And it says, I am true to myself and loved as I am. Know that you're loved. Know that you belong in this world, even if it doesn't feel like it. Once again, thank you for being here tonight. It's been a wonderful hour with you. I've had so much fun. Thank you for all your comments around unreliability and responsibility, because even though they're just words, they're kind of big things in our lives that can affect us. Now, before I go, I've just got to talk about the live shows that are still coming up. So tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Eastern, we have our own beautiful Cassidy, the card slinger. Cassidy has the most amazing deck. She enables me to buy more all the time. But not only that, she really does in-depth readings. And of course, don't forget her call-out game. Then Friday night, it's the medium with the mostest. Yes, it is Journey Ryan live. He's not just a medium. He's more than a medium. He is a true spiritual practitioner on so many levels. So I really encourage you to watch his live show on Friday night at 10 p.m. Eastern time. And if you are looking to connect with a loved one on the other side, Journey is the best. He brings through detail. He brings through strong connections, and he will help you make that connection with a loved one who has passed with great messages. So don't miss that. Then on Monday at 10 p.m. Eastern, yes, she's back. Kay, the intuitive empath. She has her crystal corner. She has her amazing quotes, which I absolutely love. And of course, her very, very in-depth readings as well. So don't miss Kay. Tuesday night, we go for a little adventure into the forest with Whispers from the Forest and our own psychic squirrel. She brings joy. She brings happiness with her jokes. She also brings really heartfelt, insightful readings as well. So don't miss that show. Now, drum roll, big announcement. We're having a switcheroo again next week, just because we like to change things up here every now and then. So next Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard, it won't be me. It will be our own beautiful Cassidy the card slinger back. Yes, on a Wednesday night. So if you've been tuning into my show and haven't seen Cassidy's show, make sure that you tune in for that. And then no, you're not going to be without me. I'll be here. I will be back next Thursday night in Cassidy's slot at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with the Colours of Life game, with more Crone's Contemplation, more Let's Talk Astrology, and all of that stuff. Thank you so much for being here tonight. I've loved all of your questions. I hope you find them helpful. And Crystal Rose says thank you. Crystal Rose, you are so welcome. And Lorianne says, thanks, Innerji. You're so kind and full of joy. If I can make you smile in some fashion, I have done my job. Wishing you plenty of new moon blessings in Libra. Until next time, I'm Innerji the Metaphysical Crone. Lots of love and hugs to you. Mwah.